Please like that. All right, friends, let's get started. Just find your comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall. Find some length in the spine. Start to arrive a little more fully into your space. Just take in your space. You might even look around, see it with fresh eyes. You've, of course, been in your space plenty, but you just see it for what it is, a table, a chair, instead of critiquing, judging, or analyzing any of it. And then as you feel ready, start to just go inward by letting the eyes start to close, either completely or find a soft gaze to the floor. And take in the present moment through your senses, sound, noticing what you hear near and far. Don't label, don't judge, don't analyze, just do the best you can to let whatever surfaces surface with your awareness, and then let it dissolve. Feeling the floor underneath you, feel yourself supported by the earth. Then go ahead and just lean back a little bit, feel your sitting bones root down. And you might feel your head and heart floating above the pelvis instead of leaning forward. Natural to lean forward, especially when we're anxiously awaiting something. We want to move forward towards it. And unconsciously, we kind of find this lean. So lean back a little bit, find that length, ground down through the tailbone. Let the crown float up. Let's just move into our breath, just without changing anything. Just begin by noticing it. Notice what's moving in the body as a result of the breath. You might choose to welcome a little more intention to the breath, bringing it in through the nostrils, pulling it deep down into the belly, finding an expansion. And then as you exhale, let the belly button melt back towards the spine. Find a little letting go. We'll take a few more mindful breaths. Don't forget about the pause after the exhale. Include that as part of the breath. Let yourself fully be with it. There's a lot of magic in that pause between the exhale and the inhale. See what else you can let go of. Just finding a longer, slower exhalation. In that pause, that's the perfect place to remind yourself that you are here now, in this moment, home in your body. Let the back teeth part, the lips part, the jaw surrender a bit. On your next inhale, bring your hands together at heart center. Let's let the heart lift up towards the thumbs, the shoulders roll back. Please join me for a cleansing breath all together, united as one. Big inhale. Big audible releasing exhale. Stay for the pause. Let the fingers clasp. Press the heels of the hands towards me, around the spine, tuck the chin. Let the shoulder blades spread and broaden. Take another breath into the upper back. And then inhale, let the palms reach up towards the ceiling with the biceps near the ears. Take up some space as much as you can. You can always find a wide V with the arms if that's better for you. Take another breath. Release the hands down, look over to the right. Inhale, face through center, arms up. Exhale, look over to the left, hands down. Inhale, look forward, hands up. Exhale, hands down, look over to the right. Let that chin reach towards the shoulder. And then inhale back through center, arms up. And exhale, arms down, look over to the left. Stay just like this, inhale more length. As you exhale, tuck the chin, look down towards the left fingertips. Take a nice deep breath into the openings in the side of the neck. Maybe tuck the chin a little more. If little movement is what is needed right now, you can find little gentle rock and roll or shake the head yes or no. Just explore, be curious to sensation. Soften the jaw and the facial muscles. And then gently inhale, lift the gaze up towards the ceiling, following the fingers up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, hands down, look over to the right. Tuck the chin, look down towards the right fingertips. Take a few mindful breaths there. You might move the head and neck if that calls to you. Soften the jaw. Finding movement if that speaks to you, otherwise be with your breath in this shape. And on the next inhale, we'll follow the right fingertips up towards the ceiling as the gaze goes up and the hands come together. And then clasp those hands and take them to the back of the head as the chin tucks gently. The elbows go wide. Okay. Press the head back into the hand. Let the head be heavy as the elbows open up. Nice and wide. Shoulders squeezing together behind you. Heart lifting, head supported. One more breath. And then gently we let the chin come forward. Tucking the chin, let the elbows drop in. Let the shoulders spread. And let the hands just be a natural weight on the head. We're not pulling or pushing. Now we're going to find a little movement where the right elbow drops down. We bring the chin towards the left armpit. And then the left elbow drops down. Bring the chin towards the right armpit. Again, don't pull on the head. Just move gently and mindfully back to the left armpit. And over to the right armpit. And gently coming back through center. Inhale, lift the head up to neutral. Let the elbows go wide. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Let the head draw heavy into the hands. Take a nice full breath, opening up the front body. Bring the head through neutral, and then just relax the arms down and go inside. Feel what you feel. Reconnect with your breath. We're going to sweep the arms out to the side, but take them back behind you a little bit, so palms face out. Reach out and up with a big breath in. And then as you breathe out, we find our twist, the left hand to right knee. Lengthen through the spine and gently let the heart open up to the right. Let shoulders be relaxed. Let's look back towards the right shoulder. A little bit of movement. You might even tuck the chin gently to find a little more spaciousness around the neck. Big inhale, big exhale, spiraling the spine, tuning inward to those sensations as we breathe all the goodness right into our spine, our central nervous system. Nice full inhale as you exhale, pull the tummy in. And find one more full breath here. And as you exhale, tummy comes in, we start to unwind one vertebra at a time. Let the head come on and last. When you come back through center, realign with a cleansing breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. Let's sweep the arms out and up. And we twist to the other side, right hand to the left knee. Left hand to the floor behind you, lengthen up through the spine. And then as you exhale, open the heart and start to gaze to the wall behind you. Let the chin reach towards that back shoulder. Find length with the inhale, depth with the exhale. Breathing all the goodness into the spiraling spine. You might tuck the chin gently. Just be mindful as you move the neck. Another full breath. On the next inhale, find more length and space. As you exhale, slowly unravel, coming back around through center, one vertebra at a time. And when you arrive, feel into the sensations and use your breath to realign the spine. Let's take that right leg out to the side, straightening it out. If you're sitting on something, just stay seated on that something. And then flex the foot, ground down through the heel. So you're grounding down so much that you might even feel a little teeny bend in the knee. And then lengthen through the spine. If you're falling into that bent knee and your right buttocks has left the ground, put a blanket or a block or something underneath that knee to ground the sitting bones even to the earth. And then hands behind you, squeeze shoulder blades together, lift the heart. You might stay just like this. Keep that right foot flexed and energized. You might walk the hands in a little bit and hinge forward a tad. Keep the shoulders rolling back, the heart lifted, and the crown of the head extended. And if you'd like to walk the hands forward and come in a little deeper, feel free. Just do what feels right to you today. Remembering nothing you did yesterday has to happen today. So just be where you're at and breathe. Go inward. If you drop in deeper, feel free. Just make sure your body's on board. And take a few good breaths here, finding a little letting go, a little softening to the shape, to this present moment. If you are folded forward, feel free to tuck the chin a little and find some neck circles. And pausing in stillness for 3 full breaths. Shoulders out of the ears, lengthen the spine. Big inhale, soft exhale. You need to ground the hands to the earth. Press the earth away, low tummy pulls in. If you have folded forward, bring yourself upright. We're all going to take the left hand diagonally behind you. Right arm reaches up. We open up the right side of the body. Really reach out those fingertips. Let the top shoulder roll open. Feel free to stay just like that or ground through that right heel, ground through the left hand and lift the hips up. Press the hips forward, reach the fingertips to the back wall. Open up a little more. You can even lift the chin a bit. Look behind you if that feels okay. Nice full breath in and out. And very mindfully spiral yourself back around through center. Take a moment in center to ground and realign. Feel the floor underneath the legs. Full breath in, full breath out. Go ahead and bend that right leg and I'll straighten the left leg. Flex the foot, ground down through the heel. Excuse me. Find that length, hands behind you, open up the heart. Tune in, see what's happening in the legs, the inner thigh. Make sure you're not falling into that bent knee. Either stay there or walk the hands in a little, find more length. And then maybe the hands come forward and find a little hinging from the hips. And maybe as you exhale, you drop it even deeper. Again, you might want to find some movement with the neck, so feel free to honor that. As you drop in deeper, just tune into the sensations that you're experiencing. Let your breath deepen and lengthen. Another full breath here. If you have folded forward, ground down through your hands, pull the tummy in, slowly lift yourself up. When you arrive, roll the shoulders back. Let the right hand come diagonally behind you. Let's sweep the left arm up, reach it up past the ear, find a little length and space in the left side body. Go ahead and ground down through the left heel. Right hand grounds down and open up the hips. Reach the fingertips of the left hand behind you, lift and open the chin. Take a nice full breath into the openings. And then slowly spiral yourself back around, down through center. When you land, ground through what's connected to the earth. And then find some length in the torso with a big breath in and out. Beautiful. Go ahead and straighten both legs. Sit up nice and tall. Flex the feet, press energy out the heels. Squeeze shoulder blades together, lift the heart. You might take the hands in closer towards the hips to lift and lengthen. You might start to hinge forward. Think about the head reaching above the computer. Either stay there or take the hands to the legs and start to slide them down the legs as you hinge forward a little more. And also take your hands forward if that feels better in your shoulders. And tuck the chin, find length in the spine. Keep the energy in the feet, toes pointing up. And allow another couple breaths taking you inward. And full breath in, full breath out. And a big inhale, soften with the exhale. Move down through the hands, pull the tummy in, slowly walk the hands forward or towards you, and then roll the shoulders up and back. Once you arrive, if you have something underneath you, you might take it out, a blanket or whatever you might be sitting on. And then go ahead and bend the knees, let's bring the feet wide and just find a little windshield wiper. I'm going to let the feet go nice and wide and let the knees drop down to the right. And then in order to do this, sometimes bringing the feet in allows the knees to drop down. Don't worry if that left hip lifts off the ground. That's okay. And actually, it's going to be preferred. So left hip is going to lift. Both knees are dropping towards the floor. You can always put a blanket underneath them if they need a little support, if it's a little too much for the knees. And then let's ground the right hand out to the side. We're going to take that left hip, you can even take your hand to the hip and press it forward, spiraling the whole heart over to the right. So that left hip is pressing forward, both hands are over to your right, move down through the hands, lengthen up through the spine. Let's stay grounded with the right hand, the left arm is going to reach towards the wall over to the right, and then reach up towards the ceiling, open up the heart. Let that left hip melt down towards the floor as the fingertips come towards the floor behind the left foot. And I like to do it with the palm up so the shoulder rolls open. And then we inhale, sweep that up like you're drawing a rainbow. Press the left hip forward and release the hand to the floor or to the right. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up, take up space and length. Let the palm face up as the hand starts to melt towards the floor, and let that left hip melt towards the floor also. Good. And then inhale, sweep it up, spiral in a crowd. And I think we have one more, along with a snoring dog. So those of you who might be watching this later, you might not know that I have a dog off screen here, and you might hear her snoring. Once the hand reaches the floor over to your right, press down through the fingertips, lift up through the heart, let that left hip press forward. Take a nice full breath in, full breath out. And then start to walk the hands forward, And we lean back to release, and windshield wiper. And then we'll let the knees drop down to the left. Let those feet come in. We want to make sure the feet are not stacked with the knee, so there should be space. They might be right next to each other or a lot of space that works in your body. And then the right hip's gonna press forward, sending the heart over to the left, both hands over to the left, press down, lift up. Take a nice full breath. Ground down through the left hand, right arm's gonna reach towards the wall in front. And then open up, making a huge rainbow. Palm stays up as that right hip melts to the floor and the fingertips touch down. Inhale, lift, and come back through center. Yeah. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach the fingertips up, draw that rainbow, let the hip melt down. Gaze over the right shoulder. And then inhale, lift, come back around, and touches down. And I think we need to do 1 more. I could be losing track. And then melt it down. And take it back around as you're ready. When the hand touches down to your left, press down through the floor, lengthen up through the spine. Take a nice full breath. Begin to walk the hands forward. And then lean back. And windshield wiper it out. Awesome. So I'll come diagonal for this one. Take your feet hip distance, bend the knees, hands under thighs, and lift the heart. Shoulders roll back. Good. And then you might take the feet, bring them in a little closer, but keep the toes together. The knees can go wide. We'll lengthen up through the spine. Staying there or taking the hands to the inside of the knees or the elbows to the inside of the knees. And the hands are going to grab the outer edges of the feet or the ankles. And then we're just going to lean back to find a little balancing on the sits bones. Lengthen up. Don't forget to lift the heart. Shoulders out of the ears. Keep opening the heart. Another breath. Either stay just like this or just play a little bit, straightening one leg, maybe a little bit, maybe all the way, maybe the other leg, maybe both legs. Again, whether they're straight or bent, it doesn't matter. Keep lifting the heart up and out of the pelvis, shoulders out of the ears. Take another breath. And bending the knees. Gently place the feet to the floor, bring the knees together, give yourself a hug. Take a nice big breath into the back body. And then just release, and we will find our way and meet in tabletop. If you like something under your knees here, go ahead and put something under your knees for a little padding. And then spread the fingers really wide, let the shoulders roll back, pull the tummy in, press up behind the heart. We'll move through a little cat-cow here. Inhale, opening up the heart, shoulders roll back, gaze forward a little. And then exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, pull the heart to the center. Keep going, follow your rhythm. Inhale, opens up the front body. Remember to pull the shoulders back. And then exhale, rounds off the back body. 2 more full rounds, slow and scrumptious. Tune into each little movement in the spine. Use your breath to bring in all the goodness and let go of what is not needed. Bring yourself to a neutral spine. Curl the toes under. We're going to press the hips back towards the heels. The front part of the body or the top half of the body is kind of like a child's pose. But press the floor away, tuck the chin, let it be active, pressing the hips towards the heels, opening up the soles of the feet. Nice full breath here. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. Uncurl the toes. If you'd like to bang them on the floor for a little release, feel free. And once you arrive, settling into your tabletop, you're going to extend the right leg behind you, flex the foot. Toes can be down on the ground or lifted. Let's square those hips, pull the tummy in, find your drishti. So stare at something on the floor out in front of your fingertips, and then maybe you float the left fingers forward or lift them. You might keep them right where they are, and that's okay. Take another breath. Good. On the exhale, take the knee to the nose, the elbow in to tap it if that arm is lifted. And then inhale, extend. On the exhale, we're going to bend that back knee and reach back. Maybe you touch it, maybe you don't. Just go in that direction. And then inhale, extend. Do one more each side. Exhale, take it in. Underneath. Inhale, extend. Exhale, a little tap back. Maybe you reach the foot, maybe you don't. It's okay. And then extend. And let's release down. Give yourself a little wiggle, a little jiggle. Maybe it's cat-cow. And maybe a few breaths in child's pose. Use your breath to realign you, bring you back to your neutrality. And then we come back up through tabletop. As you arrive in tabletop, extend your left leg behind you, either toes to the ground or lifted. Tummy in, hips squared, press up behind the heart. And then you decide, maybe stay like this, maybe the right fingertips walk forward, maybe they lift up. Find your breath and your drishti. And then the knee can come in towards the nose or the elbow comes in as well as you exhale. And then inhale, extend. Lift the back foot, and if that arm is lifted, tap back. And then inhale, extend. One more of each. Exhale, take it in, underneath. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap back. Inhale, extend. And exhale, release. And let yourself melt into child's pose, maybe a little wiggling. Wherever you are, take nice full breaths in and out. Inhale, lift yourself back into tabletop. Let's walk the hands forward a little bit. Curl the toes under, send the hips up to plank. Really squeeze to the middle line in your plank. Press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take some time here to settle in. Walking your dog, bending your knees, releasing shoulders out of the ears. Tailbone reaches back, nice full breath. Together we inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, lower your knees, get the tummy lifted. Uncurl the toes. Very slowly, we're going to lower down like a plank. A modified chaturanga, all the way down to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra, shoulders back, elbows in by the ribs. Exhale, release. Inhale, baby cobra, root down to the pelvis and the tops of the feet. And exhale, release. Curl the toes under, really energize those quads. Press up into plank, don't think too hard about it. And hips back, down dog. Nice full inhale, full exhale. Please extend your left leg behind you. Press through the hands, square the hips. Step that left leg forward. Help it forward if it needs it. As you arrive, release the back knee to the floor and curl the toes. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Start to lift yourself up onto that front knee or thigh. Pull the tummy in and up. Either stay here or let's float that right arm to the sky. Reach up and over to the left. Ground down through the right knee and shin as you find more openings in the right side of the body. Inhale, lift up. As you exhale, release that right hand to the knee. Left arm's going to float up. And we're going to rotate, reaching the fingertips behind you, finding a nice high twist. Another inhale, another exhale. If you'd like, you can take that hand to the back thigh, roll the shoulder open and go in a little deeper. Look behind you if that feels safe to the neck. Fingertips rotate all the way back and then up. And we come back around to hands on the floor. Send the hips back, straighten that front leg. You might scoot the foot forward, ground down through the heel, and then pull it back towards you, pulling that left hip behind you. Lengthen through the spine, hands on blocks are great here. Tuck the chin, relax the shoulders, melt the heart towards the knee. Take another 2 breaths here. You need to lift and lengthen the spine. Root that left foot to the floor, bending the front knee, hands to the earth. Curl the back toe, lift that back knee. Let's step it back to plank. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Press it back, down dog. Nice full inhales, full exhales. Right leg extends behind you. Press through the hands, heel lifts a little more, hips are squared. Step that leg forward, helping it forward if it needs it, just making your way into your low lunge. As you arrive, drop the back knee down, uncurl the toes, take yourself to that front knee or thigh, lift and lengthen. Ground through the front foot, ground through the back leg. And let's float that left arm up, big breath in, and then reach up and over, opening up the left side. Ground down through the left knee and shin, find more opening, the left side of the body. Inhale, lift, straight up. Release the hand to the front of your thigh. Right arm is going to float to the sky. Open it up to the back wall. Find your twist. Reach the fingertips behind you. Let that back shoulder, the right shoulder roll open. And then maybe the hand goes to the back thigh. And you roll that shoulder open more and even look behind you for the breath. All right, fingertips reach for the back wall and then up towards the ceiling. And we spiral back around through center. Pull the hips back, straighten that right leg. Toes point up. Lengthen the spine. Ground down through the right heel. Pull the right hip back a little. Heart melts towards the right knee. We'll take a couple breaths. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, lift the head and heart, bend that front knee, grounding down through the front foot. Curl the back toe, lift the back knee. And we step it back, plank. And you've got your vinyasa your way. Remembering you can always press straight back into down dog or into child's pose. As you arrive in your down dog, extend your left leg behind you. Step it all the way forward, help it forward if it needs. Get yourself settled in here. Find your foundation, ground down through the feet. Use that earth energy up the legs to flow all the way up into your high lunge. Shoulders out of the ears, stability in the legs. Feet can go wider from left to right to give you more stability. Let's float those hands down to the low back, clasp them. Squeeze shoulder blades and elbows towards each other. Knuckles might start to go down. Open the heart. Maybe send the gaze skyward if that feels right for you. Take another deep, full breath here. Finding stability and being grounded, all while keeping your heart open. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step the right foot forward, forward fold at the top of the mat. Release the head, shake it yes and no. You might even clasp the elbows if you feel ready for that. Keep awareness in the feet, stay rooted through the heels and the ball joints of the big toe and the little toe. Take another couple breaths, let the brain melt. Release the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Find length in the spine, shoulders roll back. Exhale, forward fold. Little bend in the knees. It's like moving through chair pose, reverse swan dive. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Reach up, look towards the hands as you pull all that energy right into your heart center. Feel your breath. Feel this moment right here, right now. Home in your body with your breath. Little bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, we swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with the right leg. Let that back heel draw down to the floor. Cartwheel up for warrior two. Just take a moment to settle into your warrior two. Without changing anything in the legs, flip the front palm, we reverse it. Reach up and back. Let that top shoulder roll open a little bit. Maybe the gaze goes up past the arm if that feels safe for your head. You might even bend the left elbow, take your hand to the back of the head, let the head rest heavy in the hand. Reach the elbow up a little more, another breath. Cartwheel through warrior two, nice and mindfully. Low lunge, step back, plank. Vinyasa your way. And find your way into down dog. Take a nice full breath in and out. Right leg extends behind you. So you can lift that heel a little more without opening the hips. And step it all the way forward. Give yourself a moment to settle into your low lunge, finding your stability. Breathing down to rise up for your high lunge. Front knee is above the ankle. Squeeze the inner thighs, the other back leg is strong. Even if it has a little bend for a little more safety and the hips roll back, it's fine. Take the hands, clasp them at the low back. Keep the elbows bent for now. Start to seal the palms, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the elbows, and then maybe the knuckles start to go down, but don't lose the squeezing of the shoulder blades and the elbows. Pull the tummy in, maybe the gaze goes up. Nice full breath. Ground down, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale, place the hands to the earth around your right foot. Step that left foot forward, forward fold at the top of the mat. Release the head, shake it yes, shake it no. Your knees have a little bend so the belly can rest on the thighs. You might clasp your hands behind your neck. Gently let the weight of your hands guide the head and neck into a more neutral shape. Stay rooted in the feet. Take 2 more breaths. Release your hands. Ground through the legs. Come up halfway. Find the length in the spine. And exhale, forward fold. Little bend in the knees. Reverse swan dive. Take it all the way up. Look towards the hands and pull all that good energy into your heart. Feel into your feet. Feel into that earth energy right up, out the crown of the head, the breath. Let it be smooth. Invite a longer exhale if it's racing. Just feel the energy in your body in this moment as you come home to yourself. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, come through center, forward fold. Root your hands to the floor. Bend your knees, step back with the left leg. Allow that back heel to drop down behind you. Warrior 2 legs, strong legs, left arm leads to cartwheel you up. Settle into your warrior 2, feel it out a little bit. Good. Finding that strength and stability in the legs, making sure you're rooted down through the pinky edge of the left foot, send that energy up the outer edge of the left leg, and then just glance down, make sure your right knee is working towards the middle toe. Left hand to back thigh, right palm flips up and we reverse it. Let that right shoulder roll open. Keep the bend in that front knee, and then maybe you bend that right elbow, taking the hand to the back of the head, let the head draw heavy, reach the elbow up, opening up that right side of the heart. For a full breath here. Beautiful. Stay grounded in the legs, let the right arm rotate up as you cartwheel all the way through, nice and slow and mindfully. Back heel lifts. Step it back, plank. Pull all your energy into your center line, and then move through your vinyasa. Take a nice full breath wherever you land. Left leg extends behind you. Bend the left knee, stack the left hip over the right. Let that left heel reach for the right glute. Another breath, keep those shoulders squared to the floor. Toes reach for the sky. Square the hips. And step that left leg forward, a little lunge. And we'll walk the hands forward a little bit. Reach that right leg into the air, standing L, so the hips stay square, belly and head rest towards the left leg. Another breath here. And then inhale, lengthen through the spine and release the right foot to meet the left. Bend both knees, hands on the hips, strong legs, straight spine, lift up. Tadasana. Roll the shoulders, open the heart. Big inhale, grounding down with your exhale. Inhale, float the arms all the way up. Clasp the hands up high, reach up and over to the left. Press down through the feet, shoulders are back, another breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, other side. Press down through that right foot, or left foot rather, as you lean to the right. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, take the hands to the low back. Squeeze elbows together, shoulders together. Get a little bend in the knees, pull the tummy in, and then lift the heart. You might keep the chin tucked, you might lift the chin, whatever feels better in your body. Take a nice full breath, opening up just the heart center, not sending the hips forward. Ground through the legs. Pull the tummy in. Start to lift the heart back to neutral. And then release the arms and just feel that energy vibrate from the heart center throughout. Take a nice full breath in and a full breath out. Sweep the arms up. Exhale through center, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with the right leg. Right hand roots down, left arm floats up, a little twist. Another breath. Ground down through the legs. You're going to float up through your high twist. I'd either stay here or left hand to the right thigh, right arm to left. We open up that right chest a little more. Maybe you look behind you. Again, maybe the hand comes to the back of the head and that elbow does the reaching. Let's cartwheel down nice and mindfully. Step it back, plank. Vinyasa, no vinyasa, you do you. And we'll take a few breaths either in child's pose or in down dog, you choose. Take a nice big inhale, exhale. If you are in child's pose, please make your way to down dog. Extend the right leg behind you. Lift that heel a little bit. Shoulders out of the ears. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Let the right heel reach towards the left glute. Another breath here. Shoulders are squared to the floor. Inhale, reach the toes to the sky. Square the hips. Step that right leg all the way forward. Settling into your low lunge. And we're going to reach the hands, fingertips all the way forward. The left leg lifts into the air. Head and heart melt towards that right standing leg. And then we take the left foot and meet it to the right. Release the head and heart, maybe clasp elbows. If the hands on the back of the neck felt really good, feel free to do that. Let the tailbone reach up as you ground down through the feet. Another breath. So release the arms. Inhale, come up halfway. Straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Take up some space. Look towards the hands as you pull that energy into your heart. Nice full breath here. Big inhale. Big exhale. Let's ground through the left leg. We're going to lift the right leg. I'm not going to mirror you here. Take the sole of the foot either to the inner calf or up to the inner ankle or up to the inner thigh. Wherever you are in your tree pose, find your foundation. Stay grounded in that left leg. Lift up through the head and heart. Reach the arms out to the sky, maybe up. Good. Feel free to stay there or find any expression that feels good. I'll throw out the idea of clasping the hands, squeezing shoulder blades together, opening the heart, pull the tummy in. Nice full breath. Pull that heart energy all the way up with a big inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, let that knee come forward, hands to your heart, and step out. Let's feel the feet on the earth. Find your breath. Notice how you feel. Come home to yourself. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Release the head. Come up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up. And bring your hands to your heart. Ground through your right leg. I'm going to lift the left heel. Maybe the sole of the foot comes to the inner ankle, the inner calf, or the inner thigh. So wherever you are today, just meet yourself there with kindness, love, and compassion. Ground through that right leg. Even if you're a tree in the wind, it's still beautiful. Float the arms up if you choose to. Find any expression that feels good to you today. But remember to stay grounded in that right leg. If you open hard on one side, maybe do it again on this side. You might even send your gaze skyward for a little more challenge. Let's take another breath. Inhale, lift the arms. Bring the hands to the heart as that knee comes forward. Step it out. Release your arms. Nice full breath in and out. Sweeping the arms to the sky. Exhale through center, forward fold. And down, step back with the left leg. And down through the left hand, right arm lifts. Taking another breath where you are. Ground down, keep that twist. Slowly lift up for your high lunge twist. Getting there how you can safely. Right hand to the back thigh. Left arm might lift up if you choose to take this variation. And then reach the fingertips behind you, look behind you. Maybe take the hand to the back of the head and let the left elbow lift up. Let's take a nice full breath. Beautifully, slowly cartwheel down. Low lunge. Step it back, plank. Stay in plank for a couple breaths. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You can keep the knees down if you'd like. And then gently lower to the floor. Take the forearms in front for Sphinx. So elbows are on your shoulders, arms are at a 90-degree angle. Let's pull the floor towards you, shoulders out of the ears, lift the head so the crown is reaching up towards the ceiling. Pull the low tummy in to keep the low back safe and keep the pelvis and the tops of the feet grounded. You might tuck the chin a little bit. You might take the right ear to the right shoulder. Nice full breath in and out. Rotating the ear to the opposite shoulder. Nice full breath in, full breath out. And then gently come back through center. Let the elbows go wide. And let's just rest on one cheek. Let the whole earth support you. Feel the muscles release as you allow yourself to be supported. Taking nice big breaths in and out. Bend the knees with the feet towards the ceiling. It's like a little windshield wiper. Oops. And back through center, releasing the feet down. Bring the head through center, looking down towards the floor. You can rest the head on the floor, the forehead on the floor if that feels good. And just take the hands behind you, down by your hips. Palms face down. We're going to inhale, lift the head an inch off the floor, looking straight down towards the floor. And then roll the shoulders up towards the ceiling. And then walk your fingertips towards your toes a little more. Letting the heart shine forward a bit more. Pelvis and tops of the feet are grounded to the earth. A nice full breath here. And then exhale, slowly melt down, rest on the right cheek. Take a nice full breath in and out. Bring the head through center again. This time we lift the head, we lift the heart, shoulders roll up and back. Fingertips start to walk towards the toes. Either stay here or start to lift the legs. Squeeze the inner thighs and the glutes. Either stay here or lift the fingertips. Reach them back towards the toes. Another breath. Keep the chin tucked in, the crown of the head long. Lift a little more if you can. And then exhale, relax down. Take a nice full breath in. And a full breath out. Take the hands under the shoulders. Very slowly press back through tabletop. Take your time, let the knees go wide, and melt back into child's pose. You might want to take a few breaths resting on your left cheek. You might switch to the right cheek. You might come back through center, ground down through the hands, lift yourself back into tabletop. We'll make our way up into downward facing dog. Realign in your down dog. Let the chin tuck, the crown of the head reach between the hands, shoulders out of the ears. Roll the ribs in, tailbone reaches back, heels melting towards the floor, a little bend in the knees, maybe a big bend. Another breath. Look forward. Come to your tippy toes and walk forward on your tippy toes if you can. Bend the knees. Your hands can walk back towards your feet. Just hang out on the tippy toes. Let the head rest down. Tippy toes forward fold. And try to squeeze. Stay on your tippy toes if you can. Just have a little fun with this. We're going to come up to standing on your tippy toes. Maybe. Woo! Whoops. And if you fall out, just come back in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then let the heels melt down as the hands melt down. Roll the shoulders. Let all that go. Just tune into your body, your breath, your feet on the earth. Nice full inhale and a full exhale. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to bring the right knee up towards the chest. A little balance. You can do this on your toes as well. Once you're there, ground through the left leg. Either stay there or take the left hand to the right knee and the right hand to the low back. Lengthen through the spine and open up the heart over to your right for a little twist. Twisting balance. Either stay there or go ahead and grab the right foot with your left hand and extend that right leg if you choose. You might even extend the right arm to the back wall. Let's take another breath. So wherever you've landed, come out of it just as mindfully as you went in, one step at a time. And release the leg. Tadasana. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let's root down through the right leg. Bring the left knee up towards your chest, either toes to the ground or that foot is lifted. Keep that right leg strong. Use your drishti. One step at a time. You might choose to stay here today. Right hand might come to the left knee and the left hand might go to the low back as you open up the heart over to the left. Finding a new drishti. Either stay there or maybe grab hold of your left foot with the right hand. Straighten it out as best you can. And then maybe that left arm reaches behind you. Opening the heart over to the left. Another breath wherever you've landed. And then we come out just as mindfully. one mindful step at a time. And when you land, feel your feet on the earth. Earth energy will lift all the way up to the crown of the head. And feel your breath. Feel the stability in the legs, the feet to the earth. Sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. You need to bend the knees, take the hips down to the floor. Flop asana. Take it all the way down. And now you're like, what's flop asana? Take it down to the ground. Take the arms, reaching forward, lower down nice and slow. One vertebra at a time. Try to keep your feet rooted. Take it slow, use your breath. When you land, let the knees have a nice bend. Take the feet wide from left to right. Let the knees just knock in and feel the support of the earth underneath you. Nice full breath. With a big inhale, releasing exhale as you feel the support. Begin to take your feet hip distance. Hands down by your side. We'll do just a little moving bridge. Inhale, lift the hips any amount. Squeeze the glutes. Press down through the feet and the arms. Keep the head centered, please. And then as you lower, use your core strength to lower down one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. Upper, middle, then lower back. And then inhale, lift the tailbone, the low back, the mid back, making your way up to the upper back. And then lower down one vertebra at a time. Do two more like that on your own. If you'd rather stay up high, feel free to stay up there. Round down through the feet and the arms, even roll the shoulders under, even clasp the hands. Press down, lift up. Keep the head centered. If you stayed up, you might release the hands, unroll the shoulders, lower down slowly, vertebra at a time. When the whole spine is on the back, on the floor, let's take a nice cleansing breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. Right leg goes straight up. We cross the ankle over the thigh. Let's take the hands around that left thigh and pull it in towards your chest. A few good breaths. Big inhale, big exhale. You might even straighten the left leg if that feels good to you today. Feel free to explore it. You can always change your mind. And then gently release the left foot to the floor. Right leg goes straight up towards the sky to square off those hips. And then release the foot down. Big inhale. Big exhale. Left leg goes to the sky. And cross the ankle over the thigh. Pull the right knee into the chest. Feel free to keep the foot on the floor if that looks better for you today. Or hang out here, pulling the right knee into the chest. Do good breaths. Maybe that right leg goes straight up towards the sky if that feels good to you today. And then releasing the right foot down. Release it all the way to the earth. Left leg goes straight up to the ceiling, square off the hips, and release that leg down. We'll just take the arms up and over the head. If you'd like to clasp them, feel free to. Take the feet a little wider from left to right, and windshield wiper the knees. If you prefer to stay with movement, you can continue to do a nice slow windshield wiper. If you'd like to hang out on one side, let the knees float down to the right. See how things feel. You can always deepen it by crossing the right ankle over the left knee if that feels good to you. For me, it does not today, so I'm just going to stay soft here. You might even choose to put a blanket or a pillow underneath your knee or knees if that feels better. Begin to fire up your core, press the upper back and the mid back and the low back into the floor as you lift the knees. A little windshield wiper from side to side. And we'll let the knees fall down to the left. If you stack the left foot on top of the right knee, go ahead and do that on this side if that feels good. Figure out what works for you here. Take a few breaths. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but you might tune into my sweet dog snoring. She decided to start Shavasana early. Just welcome a few breaths. And then we start to fire up our core, begin to press the upper back, mid back, then the low back into the floor as you lift the knees. And we find gentle windshield wiper from side to side. And pause in the center, bring the knees into your chest, bring your arms down, give yourself a big hug. Maybe another little rock and roll, little back body massage. And when you're ready, you release yourself into Shavasana. Whatever's going to serve you best for Shavasana today. Maybe it's legs up the wall. Maybe a little pillow under the knees, a blanket over the body. Maybe keeping it simple and just letting the feet flop out, the arms flop out, palms face up. Just allow yourself to settle in whatever way feels most supportive to you. Bring your awareness to your whole body, laying supported by the earth. Sensing the whole body supported by the earth. Bring your awareness washing over the right hand. Moving that awareness up the arm. Just washing over the whole arm, sensing the arm. Sensing the right shoulder, front, back, top. Letting that awareness just wash over the right side of the chest, and down the ribs, the waist, into the right side of the pelvis, front and back. Washing your awareness down the right thigh, and the knee and the lower leg, the heel and the sole of the right foot. Top of the foot. Sensing the whole foot as one. Sensing the whole right leg as one. And sensing the whole right side of the body all together as one. Shifting your awareness to the palm of your left hand. Washing your awareness around the whole hand, up the left forearm, the elbow, and the upper arm, and around the shoulder, front, the back, the top. You want Letting that awareness wash over the left side of the chest, down the ribs, and the waist. And sensing the left side of the pelvis, the front and the back. Left thigh, knee, lower leg. The heel and the sole of the foot. And washing the awareness over the top of the foot. And the whole foot all together as one. And the whole leg all together as one. And the whole left side of the body all together as one. You begin to sense both legs together. Sense both arms together. Sense the whole body all together as one. And stillness on the earth. Not changing anything, just notice your body laying in space. Notice the ease of your breath, subtleties, movement of the body from the breath. Without changing anything, just bringing awareness in. You might even notice the stillness that lives inside. And welcome a fuller inhale and a fuller exhale. Feel the energy that rides the breath, filling you up. That breath, bring a little more energy in. You might wiggle fingers and toes. Turn the wrists and the ankles. You might find a nice big stretch, reaching out the arms and the legs. Your own way, in your own time, you might roll over to one side. Use the bottom arm as the pillow for the head to allow yourself to just be supported here. Feeling your body in this moment, your breath in this moment, here and now. And gently using the top arm to press yourself upright, taking all of this goodness with you. As you find your way into a comfortable seat, stay connected inward. Allow your breath to bring more length to the spine. The shoulders roll back. Inhale to the top of the head. Exhale to the bottom of the spine. Let's bring the palms together. We'll close our practice united as one with a nice cleansing breath. Big full inhale to the belly. Big audible releasing exhale. And we bow down to that place, that spark, that wisdom, that fire, the divinity that lives within each and every one of us. Namaste.